Hi, my name's Lindy. Welcome to the channel. My website is www.lindycowling.co.uk, email info@lindycowling.co.uk. Title of the short video, because I just recorded one previous to this, is Can a same soul aspect hold you back? Can a same soul aspect hold you back? So again, for the purposes of this video, this is in answer to the question, can someone that you have met that is an aspect of your own soul, in a soul form, not in a matching consciousness form, I'm talking in a ground level soul form, old school language for that would be old school twin flame union or original form of twin flame. Can a matching aspect of your soul hold you back in the questions in terms of if they turn away from their path, if they decide not to move forward, if they turn away from who they are, if they decide to live a different dimensional reality to yourself, if they decide not to step forward, if they decide not to live their truth, if they decide to lie to themselves, all these kind of different things. Can they have an effect in having a detrimental effect on your evolution? My answer to that would be, it depends where you are at in your own evolution, and it depends on how early the stages are of your evolution. My personal experience and professional experience working with people in these connections is in particular stages of it, particularly in the early years of it, the early stages. If you've been heavily involved with the same aspect of your own soul and they have turned away from themselves, therefore turned away from you, or decided not to go forward, or decided not to ascend, or decided to not to go into the heart, or have got caught up somewhere down the line, at certain stages, especially in the early years, it can definitely have an effect on you, because it's like if one of you is trying to do a lot of inner work or outer work, or trying to be of service, or doing all these kind of things because they are driven to do those kind of things, or it's who they are, and they're going into the heart in the early stages of it, if you have a same soul aspect that has willingly or non-willingly jumped into a vat of concrete or jumped into quicksand, and kind of either just kind of stopped or stagnated, or just gone round and round in a circle, or gone on veered on a completely different direction in the early stages, especially because it's very polarized in the early years, it can have an effect. And it actually, ironically, I'm going to say it has a push-pull effect, but not in a nice way. I don't mean push-pull as in this. I mean one walking away from the quicksand and the other one yanking the other one back into it. It does have that kind of dynamic to it, that polarized energy. If one aspect of your soul in soul form, I'm not talking about matching consciousness, it's a whole different ball game, I'm talking about matching soul or same aspects of soul, it can have an effect. It can slow things down. It can make it harder work, trying to pull yourself forward, because you can be aware of what's going on there telepathically, but even if you're not aware, you kind of sense it. It's hard to explain it. In a way, sense it, but it goes beyond that in your own energy field. It's like in the early years, an aspect of you is living a lie, or an aspect of you is lying to yourself. Yourself. An aspect of you has decided to go on a different trajectory. That, and of course it's extremely painful in the early years of that, but you do get to a point in your evolution where it has less and less effect. And the reason it has less and less effect is as your frequency raises and as you go more into the heart And as you go up a gear, you're not really aware in the same way any more than you're aware consciously in the same way of all the other aspects in all the other timelines or any other matching consciousness anywhere else, or any aspects of what's going on, because you go kind of gaga, you go loopy. If you were aware 24/7 of all these things going on, you get to a point really where in your own evolution and in your heart, everything kind of rushes together, like all the timelines, all the reality, all the multidimensionality in one big bang, really, inwardly, where that all comes out as an overall picture. So say, for example, you have an aspect of you that has decided to stay linear or inadvertently got tangled up on a linear fashion indefinitely, and you decide to go forward, up, wherever, you know, fourth dimensional, maybe fifth dimensional, maybe more in this lifetime. You get to a point in your evolution where you hit that mini big bang, that 0 point unified union state of energy within, and then it all kind of, let's say, the whole big picture kind of, in a way, becomes one anyway. So it doesn't seem separate, and it doesn't, let's say, bother you in the same way, because it all gets brought in as that one baby or under that one umbrella. And it doesn't really affect you like a separation consciousness or a separation or a separate bit or a fractured bit or anything like that. Or in that way, it kind of all gets integrated in a very different fashion. So it's not bothering you, it doesn't hold you back, it doesn't affect you in that way anymore, regardless of whether in your life, not in your life, never in your life again, in your life every day, on the perimeters of your life. It doesn't affect you in that way anymore. It becomes part of that overall picture, that tapestry to the overall work of art, really. It's doesn't hold you back, not mentally, physically, emotionally, or energetically at that point in your evolution. Short but sweet. And on that note, I'll love you and leave you. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting me as the channel in all the ways that you do. If you are in a country that is very cold at the moment, wrap up warm, stay warm, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. And when I get the mouse in position, I'll say goodbye.